Because when you're the captain of the ship, if you're steering into the damn iceberg in the middle of the water, you know whose fault it is? Yours. Hey y'all, we're back. Man, I keep getting these emails, and I told Bradley, I said, hey, set this fucking camera up, man. Let's talk to these people. So that's what we're doing, if you haven't noticed. So more importantly, man, let me tell you about these emails. Everybody's always crying and whining. Hey, this ain't going right. That ain't going right. We can't get this going. We ain't getting enough customers. We ain't getting enough this. We ain't getting enough that. Well, hey, man, start taking a little personal responsibility for that. You know, at some point, you got to ask yourself, what am I doing wrong? Are you really going to blame the customer when in fact, maybe it's you? Maybe they don't like you. Maybe, you know, that you have a shit attitude. Maybe you come in and you so fucked off about the money that's not coming in that you treat your customers that are coming in like shit. I mean, man, maybe it's time to take some personal responsibility. And I was just telling Bradley here, hey man, maybe what we ought to do is teach a little bit more leadership rather than just the business content, how to get up and running, you know, because in all honesty, if you got some family at home, maybe you got a wife, kids, you got a husband, some kids, maybe, you know, you home still with mom and dad, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. You're trying to get your money right. But maybe, you know, you got to understand how leadership works. And in order to do that, you've got to understand how to deal with, you know, your employees. If you have any, you got to understand how to deal with your children. You got to understand how to deal with your spouse or your significant other. And, you know, maybe the world's not coming down on you. Maybe you're just doing it wrong. Maybe it's simply because you haven't taken enough time and put enough effort into what you're doing personally to get where you want to be. And if that's got to do with the customer, maybe, you know, you're treating the customers that are coming in wrong. Maybe you're not marketing correctly. Maybe you're not putting enough Facebook and Instagram posts out. Maybe you're not, you know, doing enough videos for, you know, your YouTube channel. Maybe you're just not doing enough. Well, Chad, you know, I'm working 10 hours a day. Okay, there's 14 more to go. Well, that's not possible. I got to sleep. Why? I mean, you shouldn't be able to sleep if you got money issues. All right, I grew up where we didn't have a whole lot of money, and I knew that if I let my family come in that way, that we would always live like I always had. So yeah, you know, I know if you look on Google, you can see my past and all this, and you know, if you can, you know that I took a little bit of a turn and I made some money the wrong way, but I mean, still, I learned a lot in that situation to put me where I'm at today. I knew I could no longer do that again after, you know, a little vacation time. I knew that was a mistake, but those are called life lessons. And you're apparently getting a lot of life lessons if you're sending me email about the bullshit that's going on within your business and personal life. I mean, for real, man, I love the emails, but I hate hearing you cry about things that you are doing wrong. And I was telling Bradley, maybe we ought to start teaching this too. Maybe I ought to start giving you definite lessons in this, trying to help you overcome this, because a lot of you haven't participated in any kind of organized sports. You didn't have a dominant figure in your life. You were probably raised by a single mother or a single father that was working constantly to keep food on the table and keep a roof over your head, and they didn't have time to teach you. You know, because my dad, my mom put their boot in my ass every chance they got.
My foot is about to drill a hole in your ass.
You know, but they had to work. They had to get up, they had to go do. They didn't play Xbox. They didn't even know what fucking video games was. Personal responsibility. It was taught early when I was growing up. I don't think it's being taught now. And I think you know, maybe somebody needs to reach in there and help some of you entrepreneurs, you know, get a little personal responsibility and realize it's not the customer's fault. Because when you're the captain of the ship, if you're steering into the damn iceberg in the middle of the water, you know whose fault it is? Yours. So more importantly, I think that's where we're going to try to transition a little bit. You're going to see a whole lot more, you know, of personal responsibility, grown man shit, grown woman shit. I can teach you a lot of business shit. I can teach you a lot of leadership, because I got quite a payroll of people that I have to see to and that I'm responsible for. Not just for payroll. I ain't their daddy, but sometimes, man, you become family. And when they work with you, that's what it is. And the moment you start saying they work for you, you've already failed. Because without them, there is no you. So just remember that. But going forward, we are going to do some of that. We are going to start talking a little bit more about personal responsibility. We're going to deal with some things, because I think that you can only hear so much business content before you've got to be able to put that into practice. And you can't just keep studying it. You got to move forward.
You're never ready. You go when you're ready enough.
But I'm still here to help you. And I'll still, take your phone calls. I'll still take your emails. I'll still get on here and put them out there for you. And we'll keep doing this. But at some point, you got to get grown and do your thing. Quit talking, start doing. If it's nothing more than learning how to do some marketing, learning how to do some video editing, learning how to take photography, placing that first order to sale. Otherwise, we're going to be having these same conversations over and over and over. That's where I'm at. You got questions? Comment down below. You got statements? Comment down below. Let us know. Let us help you if we can. unsproductions.com or chad@smokeonline.com. I'll be there for you. We'll see what happens. All right, y'all. Have a good fucking day. Shit. See ya.